Hello, my name is Jo Croft. I have been a registered nurse for 30 years, and in 1989, after being qualified just a few years, I began working as a charge nurse in a nursing home in Melbourne, Australia. I realised very quickly that whereas I went home at the end of my shift, those in my care were already home. I have worked in the field of elderly care ever since, and I retain my passion for enabling older people living in care homes to live as full a life as possible, and that means taking a few risks. After all, risk-taking is part of everyday living and expressing freedom of choice. Most of us would like to think that we give our residents choice, but are we lying to ourselves? Do we really give maximum choice, or is the truth that we limit choice because we are afraid of causing unintended harm? And so all too often we wrap our residents up in cotton wool to keep them safe. The presentation will focus on the in-house paperwork developed by Colton Care, which seeks to positively address this tension between providing maximum choice whilst continuing to maximise the safety of those in our care. It aims to actively encourage a positive approach to risk-taking, which is essential to enabling older people living with dementia to continue to do the activities they want to do, taking into account any physical disabilities, to enable them to live as active a life as possible. It is called a positive risk assessment tool, which forms part of the care plan. It is used on an individual basis whenever a resident wishes to undertake an activity which has an element of risk attached to it and is not covered by another form of risk assessment, such as a falls risk assessment. By giving care providers an easy-to-follow, person-centred framework, it aims to facilitate a decision-making process which protects the rights and freedoms of the individual, whilst also providing clear evidence for the care provider or healthcare professional of defensible decision-making and observation of duty of care. The ultimate aim being to support and promote a can-do culture. Thank you for listening.